Hi there. I want you to think about where you were 6 months ago, January 2026. Now look at where you are today. If something in your life has shifted, unraveled, or quietly broken open, that wasn't random. The second half of this year is not a continuation of the first. It's a completely different energetic signature, and it was written into your chart long before you were born. Today, we're walking through exactly what the cosmos has in store for your sign from now through December. Let's talk about what's actually happening up there. The astrology of the second half of 2026 is genuinely remarkable. Three major shifts are reshaping the collective field, and each one touches your chart differently depending on your sign. First, Jupiter enters Leo in early July. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, belief, and meaning. In Leo, it is asking us to grow through creative expression, sovereignty, and authentic visibility. This isn't about grinding harder externally, it's about expanding from the center of your own heart. Second, Saturn is in Aries. Saturn is structure, discipline, and long-term commitment. Aries is initiative, courage, and raw selfhood. Together, they demand that we stop waiting for permission and start building the life we actually want with our own hands, one deliberate step at a time. And third, the North Node enters Pisces in late July. The North Node represents our collective evolutionary direction. In Pisces, it is calling us towards spiritual surrender, deep healing, and trusting our intuition over rigid logic. This is a once every 18 years transit, and it's going to reshape how you show up in the world. All right, let's break this down sign by sign, and I want you to listen not just for your sun sign, but for your rising sign too. That's the one that tells the story of how these transits actually land in your life. Aries, Saturn is in your sign. Let's sit with that for a moment. Saturn in your sign means the rest of 2026 is about building something real, and it starts with your relationship to yourself. You're being asked to look at where you've been rushing and reactive. The invitation now is to channel that fire into something that lasts. You're not being dimmed, you're being focused, and that is more powerful. Taurus, Jupiter in Leo, lights up your fourth house of home and roots. The second half of this year wants you to expand your sense of belonging, not just in a house, but within yourself. It's about creating a foundation that allows your true self to shine. The North Node in Pisces is activating your 11th house of community, so don't be surprised if the circles you move in change to better support who you are becoming. Gemini, Jupiter in Leo enters your third house of communication and learning. This is direct. The cosmos is asking you to share what you know and to speak your truth without filter. Your relationship with your own voice, with what you're willing to express, is up for revision. Saturn in Aries is also activating your 11th house of community, so pay attention to the people you surround yourself with. The right ones will reflect your potential back to you. Cancer, Jupiter in Leo lights up your second house of worth and resources. Jupiter only visits this part of your chart once every 12 years. This is a portal for abundance, but the key is self-trust. You've been doing the inner work, and now the universe is asking you to believe in your own value enough to receive the fruits of your labor. Leo, Jupiter is in your sign. This is your moment. Jupiter only visits your sign once every 12 years. This is about releasing what you've outgrown. Patterns, identities, old stories about who you're supposed to be, let them go. There is a new, more sovereign version of you waiting on the other side, and it is more aligned than anything you've been before. Virgo, Jupiter in Leo activates your 12th house, the house of the unconscious, of closure, and of what's been hiding beneath the surface. This might not feel like typical expansion. It's quiet, it's internal, but it's also deeply alchemical. The rest of this year is asking you to look beyond your daily routines and ask, what am I actually building toward? Let the silence reveal the answer. Libra, Jupiter in Leo lights up your 11th house of community and long-term vision. The second half of 2026 is defining for your public role, but not in the way you might think. This isn't about climbing a ladder, it's about aligning your outer life with your inner truth. Saturn in Aries is in your 7th house of relationships, which means partnerships are under reconstruction. clear the space for what actually fits. Scorpio, Jupiter. In Leo expands your 10th house of career and public role. For a sign that often prefers to work in the shadows, this is powerful medicine. The universe is pushing you to be seen. The North Node in Pisces also touches your 5th house of creativity and joy, so expect shifts in how you express your passion. Let yourself be visible. Sagittarius, Jupiter, your ruling planet, enters Leo in your 9th house of belief systems and higher learning. This is your home turf. The universe is broadening your perspective whether you're ready or not. Travel, study, a philosophy that changes everything. One of these is coming for you. Trust the process. What gets uncovered here changes your entire map. Capricorn, Saturn, your ruling planet, is in Aries, lighting up your 4th house of home, roots, and inner foundation. You've spent years building externally. Now the cosmos is asking you to heal the structures of your inner world. Jupiter in Leo is also activating your 8th house of transformation. Let someone in. You don't have to carry the weight of this transformation alone. Aquarius, this is one of the most significant periods you've had in years. The North Node enters your 2nd house of resources, and the transits are pushing you to redefine your value. It's asking, who are you when you stop performing for other people? The rest of 2026 is an identity level upgrade. Say yes to it. Pisces, Jupiter in Leo activates your 6th house of daily routine and service. This is the cosmos handing you permission to refine how you live so you can actually enjoy your work. Saturn in Aries is also in your 2nd house of worth. Part of this journey is untangling your labor from your value. You are worthy before anything you produce. Create from that place. So here's the thread running through all 12 signs. These transits aren't happening in isolation, they are happening collectively. The second half of 2026 is a call to authenticity, to building from truth rather than fear, letting go of who you thought you were supposed to be, and making room for who you actually are. That is the invitation. And whatever your sign, whatever your chart, you are exactly where you need to be to receive it. Trust the cosmos, trust yourself. See you in the next fate.